I'll go ahead and call the roll. Mr. Causey?
Here.
Mr. Cohn?
Here.
Mr. Cook?
Here.
Ms. Davis?
Here.
Ms. Marshall?
Here.
Mr. Osorio?
Here.
Mr. Holcomb? And I think Ms. Coveney is on her way, so we'll see her in a minute.
I'll give a brief overview of the meeting format. Applicants with requests before the Planning Commission are allotted a presentation time of 10 minutes. This time should include, but is not limited to, an overview of the project, case history, and any pertinent meetings held regarding the request. This time also includes persons presenting information on behalf of the applicant, such as attorneys, engineers, and architects. The time limit does not include any questions asked by the Planning Commission or staff regarding request. During the public comment period, members of the general public are given the opportunity to address their concerns in intervals of 2 minutes. And then after the public comment period, applicants have 5 minutes to respond. The administrator has a timer and will make presenters aware of when their time has expired. And the Planning Commission reserves the right to amend these procedures on a case-by-case basis. Having said that, we'll get moving. And are there any changes to the agenda?
There have not been any changes since publication.
All right. We'll do the consent agenda. The Planning Commission uses the consent agenda to approve non-controversial routine matters by a single motion and vote. Just in time. All right. Lily's here as well if you want to add that to the attendance. All right. Examples of such items on the consent agenda include the approval of site plans, annexations, and street names. If a member of the Planning Commission or the general public would like to discuss an item on the consent agenda, you must speak up after the consent agenda is read. Planning Commission will then remove that item from the consent agenda and it will be considered during the meeting. The Planning Commission then approves the remaining consent agenda items. Will staff please read the consent agenda?
Certainly. First is the approval of the October 10th, 2024 minutes. Next, we have under future land use map amendment and zoning map amendment for a pending annexation, 549 Old Woodlands Road. Request recommendation on the assignment of the land use classification of Urban Edge Residential Large Lot, UER2, and the assignment of a zoning of Residential Single Family Large Lot District, RSF1, for a pending annexation. The property is currently classified as mixed residential high density and zoned R2 by Richland County. Pardon me. Next, Annex -2024-0024, pardon me, 3.56 and 0.516 acres on the south side of Broad River Road. Request recommendation on the assignment of the land use classification of Community Activity Corridor AC2 and the assignment of zoning of Light Industrial District LI for a pending annexation. The property is currently classified as neighborhood medium density and zoned M1 and GC by Richland County. Under major site plan review, we have S-Plan -2021-0015, 2222 Main Street, request site plan approval for the construction of a 320-unit multifamily mixed-use building. The property is zoned CAC, OV, NMC, that's a Community Activity Center corridor within the North Main Corridor Design Overlay District. Case 4 is S-Plan -2023-0007, 1.4 acres, Liberty Ridge Drive. Request major site plan approval to amend a previously approved site plan for the construction of a child care center, the Big Blue Marble Academy. The property is zoned PD, Plan Development in Wood Creek Farms. And under preliminary plat review, S-Plat -2024-0063, 2311 and 2315 Percival Road, request preliminary plat approval for a new construction of a 140-lot, single-family attached townhome subdivision, the Percival Road Townhomes. The properties are zoned RM2, residential mixed. And that concludes the consent agenda.
Are there any commission members or members of the public that would like to speak or discuss one of these items on the consent agenda? Not seeing any. Do I have a motion and a second to accept the consent agenda, subject to all the conditions contained in the case summaries, as well as the October 10th, 2024 minutes?
Mr. Chair, I move that we accept the October 10, 2024 minutes and the items on the consent agenda.
We have a motion. Can I get a second?
Second.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
I need to recuse myself from voting
Oh, okay.
on this.
Can you make note? All right, thank you. We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes.
Pardon me, can I clarify who seconded that motion? Okay, thanks.
Do we have anything on the regular agenda?
One.
We do have one case on
Sorry,
regular.
okay. Maybe mine's dated. All right. We'll move to the regular agenda. Sorry about that. We will use the following outline for the regular agenda items. The administrator will introduce the case, and the applicant will have 10 minutes to make a presentation. The Planning Commission may ask questions. The public comment period will be open to those present. Then the public comment period will be closed. The applicant will have 5 minutes to respond to any public comments. Planning Commission may ask additional questions of the applicant, and then deliberation and action by the Planning Commission will occur.
That brings us to SN-2024-004 at Performance Parkway, and this is a request to change Innovation Way, which is located between Pisgah Church Road and Performance Parkway, to Performance Parkway. This is a public hearing, so normally name changes are approved by the Planning Commission. They're normally done on the consent agenda with subdivisions. However, because this is a road name change, it requires a public hearing through the Planning Commission. This request has been reviewed by Richland County 911. This is a development that contains the Right Dose Corporation, located within the Midlands Enterprise Campus, and staff recommends approval of the request.
All right. Any commission members have any questions? Seemed pretty straightforward to me.
I just, real quick, I just want clarification on that because I was wondering why this wasn't included on the consent agenda. So is it that when it's like a main road or just any road, it has to go through the public hearing?
Yes, state law requires that any road name change be reviewed and approved by the Planning Commission at a public hearing.
Okay.
So we can't put them on the consent agenda.
Okay, I appreciate that.
Any commission members have any other questions? Is there anyone from the public that would like to speak for or against this? All right. I guess that's where we're at. We can take a motion.
Mr. Chair, I'll make a motion to approve SN 2024-0004.
Second.
A motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it. And it looks like we do not have any other business.
Just a couple of quick things. Thank you. Most of y'all have completed your training for this calendar year. I know Harris is coming to one tomorrow, so we will see you there.
Thank you.
And Ms. Marshall, I think you still have to turn in some documentation. So otherwise, everybody's good. So thank you all for completing those. And then we were thinking of, in December before our meeting, having just a refresher training for everybody. So, I mean, I kind of wanted to just put that out there to make sure there's no conflicts if we did that in the hour preceding the meeting. So just go look at your calendars, let me know, I'll send an email reminder. But also, if there's a topic that you would like a refresher on, or something you just want to discuss, or you have questions about, that might be a good time for us to talk about that. So if there's anything that you'd like to think about as a commission, just let us know. But I'll send a reminder. And then just, I guess, other than that, in December, we'll be also asking y'all to make nominations, because we do our annual officer elections in January. So if you want to be chair or vice chair, or you'd like to nominate somebody, just be thinking about that, because we'll be asking for nominations. I think that's all we have. Anybody else? No? All right. Awesome, quick meeting. Thank you.
Thanks. I was scared to jinx it. Yeah. If we don't have any other business, we can have a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
All right. Motion,
Second.
second. All right. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Nobody's.
Guys, when this term officially ends?